Okay, welcome back. So I had a couple requests to chat about some of the some concepts of martial arts, and so I woke up and I was thinking about Stemi the other day. So I thought I would talk about Stemi. Now, Stemi, as you may or may not know, is translated as throwing oneself away. Steter is to throw, and mi is this idea of self, to throw oneself away. And I think it's easiest to explain in physical examples. For example, in our martial arts forms or kata, we have certain techniques where you are sacrificing yourself, throwing yourself away for something else, right? Stemi, throwing oneself away. So for example, someone's going to throw you, right? So you let yourself get thrown, but then you attack as you're being thrown. Or for example, you get thrown, but you let yourself get thrown. You throw yourself almost, and then you throw him in reverse. So you can see this idea of sort of sacrificing something for something else, right? So throwing yourself away in a certain respect. There's another saying that goes along with this that my martial arts teacher told me a long time ago. I'm sure he told many people. It goes, nikuを切らせて骨を折る。骨を下ろしてinochiをtatsu. I believe that's the way it goes. There's several versions of it, but anyways, this one is nikuを切らして, let them cut your flesh, 骨を折る, to break their bones, okay? Next part is 骨を下ろしてinochiをtatsu, right? So let them break your bones, take their life. So the whole thing would be like, let them cut your flesh to break their bones. Let them break your bones, but take their life. So you can see this aspect, this kind of sacrificing aspect of Stemi, right? And I guess the ultimate would be to, give up your life for something, right? So this is, I think, the basic physical idea of Stemi, and kind of easy to understand, but maybe more difficult to actually do in real life or in your martial arts, right? But today I thought I'd talk about maybe the other side of the coin, maybe the internal ideas of Stemi. And I think very difficult to talk about, but I'm going to give him my best shot here. So I think Bertrand Russell says it well when he says that we do not think, that we are conditioned to think, okay? So he says, we don't think, we are conditioned to think. And this is quite a profound statement. What he's talking about is, from our birth, from the moment we are born, that we are starting to be conditioned by the environment. When you're born, you start being conditioned by the environment you're born in. Then you start to be conditioned by the family structure into which you're born. Then you start to be conditioned by the education you received, by the social norms of your community, by the political environment of your country, by the religious environment of your country, by the economic environment of your country. And all these ways that we are being conditioned are then affecting the ways that we think, the ways that we feel, what we like, what we don't like, what we love, what we hate, what we believe, what we don't believe, everything. It's affecting us all. And sometimes we don't even realize this, that it's affecting us, right? So that's the scary thing about conditioning, is that sometimes you don't even realize it. For example, here's a story. When I first came to Japan, there's a food here in Japan called natto, and it's a fermented bean, right? And it smells terrible, like dirty socks. I hated it. I couldn't stand the smell of it. As an American, it was terrible for me. So for years I couldn't eat it. And I don't know, it was about 5 years, and one morning I woke up, I said, hey man, I gotta have some natto today. I don't know why, I just thought I gotta have natto, right? So I went down, ate some natto, and I thought, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever eaten. It surprised me too, right? I was like, wow. So here's the deal. Is natto a good food, or is it a disgusting food, right? It was determined a lot by my conditioning, right? I'm an American, man. We drank Coca-Cola, ate Big Macs. Hell, I was raised on Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? So I was even surprised when I came to Japan, where all the kids are drinking unsweetened teas like mugicha and jasmine tea and green tea. I was like, whoa, And then I started drinking all those, and my conditioning started changing again. But now I drink mostly water because it's the thing I like the most. But anyways, so you see how your conditionings are affecting you without you even realizing it, right? So what I'm saying now is to start to peel away, to start to build awareness that we are conditioned, that you are conditioned, that me and you are all conditioned, and to start peeling this away. I mean, say I took an American baby and boom, I sent him off to France to be raised, right? and I took a France baby, brought him to America, or an American baby, sent him to Africa, or took an African baby, sent him to Chinese, then they're going to grow up in those environments, and they're going to become basically those a French person, an African, an American, you know, or a Japanese, Chinese, but it's not the origin, right? You know, so you look at a map, right? You take a look at a map and you see all the countries all drawn out nice and neat, right? All drawn by politicians and man, right? But if you look deeper at the earth, deeper underneath the ocean, you'll see that the whole crust of the ocean is just one solid globe, right? It's all connected, and that's what I'm suggesting here, is we have to go deeper within ourselves to start peeling away, to start being aware that we're conditioned, to start being able to peel away these different layers. Some people say peeling away the onion layers. That's too easy. I mean, for me, I was hard like a rock. I needed to like grate myself away, right? So you have to start peeling away this to get down to a more natural state of vastness, maybe freedom even, okay? So, you know, there's another saying in Japanese, "身を捨ててこそ浮かぶ瀬もあれ," which is only if you throw yourself away does another tide arise. Okay, I kind of like that because it sort of was related to my ocean thing here. But anyways, that's another one. I'll put it in the box. You can check that out as well. So one other thing I wanted to talk about real quick. I'm sorry I've lost my good light outside, but I felt I wanted to put this in here. When I talked about that saying, "身を捨ててこそ浮かぶ瀬がある." Ukabuse mo are, I'm sorry, is that only by throwing yourself away will another tide arise. So sometimes we get bogged down and trapped in this conditioning in our beliefs and the way we're thinking, and we can't see any other possibilities or avenues. But it's simply, in many cases, a function of our conditioning and of what we're believing at that moment. So this idea of kind of pulling away these beliefs will allow you more freedom to actually see the reality of the vastness around you, maybe, to see the vastness of all the possibilities of this huge nature that's around you and not be trapped by your own conditioning. So some of the most difficult conditioning I feel is the conditioning that's imprinted almost in our DNA, right? So it takes a lot of searching inside, find out where and who you are, okay? So anyways, I just wanted to put that in there as well. Sorry about this lighting. Hope I don't look like a ghost or something. So I said I would talk about this dog picture in my last video, so I'm going to do that right now. So take a look at this picture of this dog, right? It's a puppy, and he's playing in some string, right? And he's getting all tangled up in the string, and now he's all confused, and he's calling out for help. He's saying, "Kya," and he's calling out, he's "Help me," right? So, you know, isn't this sort of like what we do as humans sometimes? We get caught up in our conditionings and our beliefs, and we get so more and more confined in less space and more trapped in these conditions and beliefs. So I'm saying, can we pull these away and to get down to more of a natural state, more of a state of nothingness? You know, perhaps this will spark some ideas in you about when a martial arts teacher says to become the space, to become nothing, to become kukan, to become translucent, right? Or maybe a Zen master, you can hear, he talks about no-mindedness. Maybe you can start to see the correlations, the connections here, right? There's another saying I always like. It said, I think somebody said, you know, thank God that nature doesn't have to rely on our beliefs in order to function, right? Because, I mean, you see there's so many different beliefs out there. Everyone believes this or believes that, but nature is still just sprouting and blooming everywhere you go, right? Everywhere you see, right? So this idea of stemming is the internal side. I'm thinking to start to pull away some of your conditioning to get back to a more vastness, a more relaxed even, a more happy, and a more free state. Anyways, that's just a couple of the ideas for stemming. I mean, there's probably tons more. If you have any more, you can feel free to let me know, let us know. It'd be great to hear from y'all. So if you like it, please like the video, share it, tell me what you want to hear more about, and I'll see if I can chat about it or make a video about it. Until we meet again, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all well and doing good. Take care.